That's why we cannot change the game. We just get too wet to our grips.
Wait, we're on?
Yeah.
All right, guys. What's up? Welcome to episode 16. Enrique and I just mangled each other. So we need a quick recovery from that. So let's start with the questions. So I'm going to try to address 2 questions. As you know, live questions get priority, so start asking. One is arm triangle, and the other one is advice for a big guy to improve their game. So which one should we address first?
Big guy.
Big guy first?
Because you're talking.
No, I'm not. I'm going to be showing. I'm going to be doing. I'm a doer. So, all right. So let's do with the big guys. So, guys, let's just look at the idea of, if you're a big guy, you just naturally have an advantage as far as size. Now, me personally, I actually consider it a disadvantage. The reason for that is because you're conditioned to use your weight, obviously, to your advantage. The problem becomes that if you don't realize this and you actually play a big guy's game, which means the top, this is what I see a lot of times in ultra heavy tournaments. Is one guy, once one guy passes guard, it's usually over. A lot of times though, so if he tries anything other than Kimura or Americana, say he tries armbar, it's a lot of times it's like this. The guy escapes, this guy gets on top, and this is done. Now Enrique wins. So I've seen big guys. You have till about purple belt to make this switch, meaning that you start to play technically. You start to play like a little. Imagine a small guy's game in a big guy's body. There's nothing better than that. I have a few students that are like that. Adam Polisi, is one of the ones that comes to. The guy, I think when he came to me, he had to be 240. Adam?
Yeah.
Probably.
260.
Man, you should see him go. He's lost a little bit of weight. He's probably 220 now, maybe, something like that. But, man, he has a small guy's game in a big guy's body. So there's nothing better than that. It's super technical. So let's look at concretely, what can you do? Because it's not an easy switch. It's not an easy mental, and it's not an easy physical switch. Play guard. Pull guard. So imagine a big guy playing good guard. Okay? Now imagine what that does to your top game. Okay? So now I sweep Enrique. I'm on top. So instead of me being petrified, so I immediately go for submission because I know that if Enrique's, this is done, Enrique, I would spin the other way. Imagine if I have good guard. This is what I'm going to. So now it becomes much more multi-dimensional game. But what happens is, if you have good guard and you're a big guy, you will take chances from top to finish your opponent. So having a good guard for a big guy actually means that their top side attacks become better because they're not afraid to lose position. And if you're not afraid to lose position and you start to take those chances, guess what's going to happen? Your top side game gets polished. And that's how you become good all around. So usually with big guys that are open to this idea, I tell them, play guard, play a lot of guard. Because that's going to make your overall game better. It's going to improve your top game, and it's obviously going to improve your guard. So that's my advice. I hope that works for you. And don't hesitate to ask any questions. It's going to be rough at first. Because, but guys, jiu-jitsu is about progression. It's not about if you can beat up somebody day one. It's, can you do that to somebody year 10, year 7, year 12? It's a constant improvement. We strive for constant improvement. Kaizen, as the Japanese call it. Yes. You can apply that to manufacturing methods too. So guys, let's look at do we have any questions on that, Mike? Specific question, because otherwise I'm going straight into the arm triangle.
No, we have off-topic questions.
Good ones?
Yeah.
Because I saw your hand gesture. All right, so lay down. So, guys, when we do an arm triangle, and the reason why we're doing it with the gi is because we have a good contrast. So the question is, the guy is constantly finding it that he's driving into the guy's jaw. So when I go for an arm triangle, and by the way, there's a few episodes that we already done it. So the way I finish the arm triangle from the top is different from the way I finish it from the bottom. So when I set it up on top, Enrique is tucking his chin. So watch, pay attention, close attention to how I get it in. So I need my left shoulder on his karate, which I don't have it right now. I have it on his jaw. I can feel it. So I'm going to, as I drive slightly forward, and as I'm dropping, this is that split second that my left shoulder goes under his jaw. Now, once I'm there, I want to make sure that my...
You gotta talk faster.
I gotta talk faster. So first, I want to have my forearm flush with the floor. Okay? Second,
So they can see.
I want to roll the shoulder forward. And third, guys, it's the body positioning. So there's two ways people do it from the top. They kind of lean their body towards your opponent, and they try to drive. I tend to lean slightly away, which allows me to drop the shoulder. I have found that to be more effective. So you have two, I don't use the other one. I don't use the drive method. I found it to not work against high-level guys, but. So I want to make sure that my left forearm is flush with the floor. I make a connection. And again, if I feel like I'm on the jaw, what I'll do is maybe put my knee on the belly, and as I'm dropping, so I open my base, slide my left knee down, and now as I'm going to drop my hip, that's when I notch my left shoulder underneath the guy's chin. Now, there's two ways. There's this way to drive forward. You saw how long that took. And actually, I was squeezing harder than the first one. Now I'm going to do it let's wait for blood to return to Enrique's brain. And I'm going to do it I'm going to do it my way. And again, guys, it's a slide lean away. I do it probably differently from most people. But a lot of people, when they say, I haven't had much success with arm triangle, when I show them this way, it suddenly improves their submission rate significantly. So again, turn around, yeah, so they can see.
The other way.
No, this way. So again, I'm on his jaw and I can feel it. I don't have to look at him. So I'll open my base, drop my knee, and this is when I just notch it under his jaw. Now I will square up somewhat, and you can see how much stronger that finish is, quicker. And I use less power than the last one. I just want to show you guys. The best part about that is your arm is unlikely to burn out because you need to use less power. Now, the way I finish an arm triangle is completely different when he's in my guard. Completely different. All right, so let's look at that. So, Enrique gets frustrated and throws a punch. So notice how I'm shifting my hips slightly, and I use a figure 4 grip. Okay. Yesterday, one of my senior students hit this, but he was too square. Too square. And he did not finish the arm triangle. The key to that is to shift your hips so your body tilts slightly. So that's when the pressure goes in. So again, let's look at it. I use from the bottom, I use figure 4. So right now, if I squeeze, this will happen. Yeah, it'll happen. But I squeeze quite hard. And
I'm an easy person to choke.
that is true. Out of all my black belts, I've put you out probably significantly more than anybody else. Because they tend
Against my own will.
Really? You always have the option to tap. So I actually want to make 2 points, guys. One is, I got a question from Gurkaran Singh from India to show more MMA-related stuff. This is MMA-related. Even though it's the gi, guys, you know that my game is almost the same, gi or no gi. Yes, I will use the gi grips, but if I don't have the collar, I will clinch. This one, whether, I'm using it, showing it in the gi, but this is actually very good for MMA where the guy starts to punch down. So this is MMA related. So now I shift my hips. You can see how fast that is. Much, much faster than the previous one. So the difference is when I'm on top, I use the gable grip, palm to palm grip, roll my shoulder forward, and basically this is the way I'm positioned. So if Enrique was on my right side, when we did it, so if I'm on the left side, right, shoulder forward, all right. Shoulder forward and slight tilt away from him. Okay, now if he's in my guard, it's going to be a figure 4 with my hips shifted out. That shifting out is what gives you that little bit of angle that you need to finish.